The Apostle John is writing to, he calls her the chosen lady and her children in 2nd John. I think it was probably a church, and he uses that metaphorically. They had house churches in those days. And he ends his letter like this little short letter. Verse 12 of 2nd John. I have much to write to you, but I do not want to use paper and ink. Instead, I hope to visit you and talk with you, listen to this, face to face, so that our joy may be complete. There is nothing like being together face to face with people. In fact, today, I had a former client of mine came by to see me, and he's going to a church whose pastor is a friend of mine. And so he's a Christ follower like me, and he's a friend. We sat down and we talked to each other face to face. I moved back to Porterville, California in 2018 and tried finding the right church, right place to fellowship, and started going to the worship services at the Porterville Church of the Nazarene. My kids go there, so that's where I went. And I was always in an independent Christian church or Church of Christ. And so then COVID came along, and for a long time, they weren't even meeting sometimes. And then finally, I started saying, you know what? I gotta get into fellowship with people. Okay, that's what the Apostle John is talking about here. He wants to be face to face with them. So one day I said, I'm just going to go to a class. They have Sunday school classes, and so I came out of worship and I looked for a Sunday school classroom with an open door, and I just hung a left and went through the first open door I found. And I went into this class called the Bridge Builders. And there's some people in there that I knew. One of them was their former pastor, who I worked with in the ministerial association when I was preaching in town. And hey, Tom, nice to see you, that kind of thing. All of a sudden, I'm face to face with people. Wasn't too long until they said, my friend who used to be their pastor said, why don't you have old Tom teach sometimes, And so they did. And every now and then I rotate teaching that class now. And it's face to face fellowship, folks. That's what the church is about. That's where the church happens. That's what the Apostle John is talking about here. I want to be with you folks. I want to see you face to face. I want to talk with you. I want to pray with you, The guy who came by my office to visit with me today, I prayed with him before he left, okay? That's what we need. We need to have face-to-face interaction. And we live in a world that is all about email, texting, sometimes, FaceTime and all that kind of stuff. But what we need is to be in each other's presence. You need to be a part of a church and a part of a group. Yeah, I'm glad you watched my channel. That's a good thing. But get face to face with other believers and have fellowship with them. It's important. Hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you get notified every time I put something out. Talk to you again soon.